Hello, and welcome to episode 14 of the drone trip. I'm here today at the Port Gamble Forest Heritage Park, also known locally to us here as the Port Gamble Trails. So I was doing a little bit of research for this episode, trying to figure out the backstory, because realistically, I've been coming here since I was a kid. So, according to the Port Gamble Forest Heritage Park website, and if I butchered that name, a link is in the descriptions. This land is actually really old. Most land is old, but this area has some very interesting history. So the first people here were the Squamish and the Suquamish. They were mostly hunting and fishing. By the 1850s, settlers had started to come in and farm the land. In about 1853, a sawmill was built and the town of Port Gamble was established. Around the 1920s, lumber was in full production, the mill was going strong, and the town was booming. By about 2007, logging has started to cool off a little bit, but the company that owned the land and community organizations were coming together to work on the trail system. Because let's face it, probably somewhere between the 1920s and now, people were going off in the woods to hike, explore, hunt, all of that good stuff. So, by 2017, the park was formally established, and it's still enjoyed today. The town of Port Gamble is still standing, the mill is long gone, but the history remains. So, in this episode, things are going to be a little different. As you can see, I'm kind of carrying my world with me. I'm going to be hiking and doing drone photography. So we'll see how it goes. So stay tuned for this episode of the drone trip. Well, I do have to say that this hike was not entirely what I expected. I found out that hiking with drones is harder than it looks. Dodging through trees with the Mini is fun, but challenging, and you really have to be careful. Also, this trail is still an active tree farm, so there were a couple times I had to dodge trucks. With a drone, that gets a little bit more challenging, of course. You have to fly off somewhere and make it look like you're watching the scenery and get the aircraft away from the truck. Because trucks are big and trucks don't stop. At least that's what I've noticed. So, that has been this episode of the Drone Trip. Thank you for watching, and come back next week for another episode. Also, if you have an idea for where you want me to go next, please let me know in the comments or reach out to me on my socials. So until next time, I'll see you around.